Peace and love, family. Welcome to another Truth to Power Talk with your sister, Dr. Maat. Before I get tonight's show started, I would like to take time out to honor the last person, and this last but not least, the last person for Women's History Month, my grandmother, my paternal grandmother, Myrtle Bailey. Myrtle Bailey is seen in this photograph. I don't know if you all can see my cursor, but she's right here in the middle. She is the matriarch of the Bailey family. She was a community activist here in Baltimore, Maryland. If you Google her and type in like Baltimore Sun, you'll see a lot of articles of her. And so this is a woman who gave birth to 8 children. Okay, one passed, but 8 children, and you see the 7 of the children here alongside my grandfather, Henry Bailey, and she was a community activist here in Baltimore. She did a whole lot for Baltimoreans. She was responsible for the establishment of the Martin Luther King Jr. Recreation Center in West Baltimore, and she also was responsible for establishing Echo House, which was an organization that was committed to helping women. And so I just want to take this time out to honor her and to salute her for the last person in Women's History Month. I also want to take time out to announce the Read Book Club. The Read Book Club will read our first book called Birth of a Nation. Okay, this is the first book that we will be reading and discussing on the first Sunday of April. Birth of a Nation, The Invention of White People and Its Relevance Today by Jacqueline Badalora. Okay, by Jacqueline Badalora. So please get this book if you're interested in joining the Read Book Club. Send your sister, Dr. Maat, a message on Facebook. Say, hey, I'm interested in joining the Read Book Club. And we have t-shirts coming out and all sorts of stuff. All right, this is our first book, Birth of a White Nation, The Invention of White People and Its Relevance Today by Dr. Jacqueline Badalora. It's a short read, as you can see. It's only about 100 pages. Okay, so grab this book, all right, from your local bookstore first. And if you don't have a local bookstore, then head on over to Amazon to purchase this book. All right, we will be reading this book. I'm trying to think. Oh, tomorrow I will be going live at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to talk about. I know all week long we've been hearing about this Derek Jackson incident, or this mess that he's gotten himself wrapped up in. And I know that a lot of people are pointing fingers at Derek Jackson. But to me, I think that Black women need to be held accountable for creating a Derek Jackson. So join me back here, same time, same place tomorrow. All right, well, not same time, around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tonight, I have Baba Wakiesa coming on. We're going to be talking about Black love. So family, please share the show. Let's get the message out. All right, peace and Black power.
Let's combat and fight back with maltracks. The war of the minds, they want control of the masses. And Common Core, they dumb us down in the classes. Without knowledge, we can't gain access. Build with the elders, take notes and write classes. We keep whining on the block, how it's gonna stop? Let's start supporting our own, make their supply drop. We buy stocks, then we buy blocks. Cause we know the truth and we tuned in to Dr. Maat.
Peace and love, family. Welcome to another Truth to Power Talk with your sister, Dr. Maat. Thank you for joining another powerful discussion. And tonight, I have with me another powerful guest, but he is no stranger to the community. Baba Wakiesa. How are you tonight, Baba?
I'm great, sister. So glad to be on. And so proud of the work you've been doing.
Thank you, Baba. I'm like ecstatic that you are on the show tonight. And I thank you. I know you're a very, very busy person. So I thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us tonight. You have phenomenal programs going on in Atlanta, Georgia. I know that when I posted an announcement that you were coming on the platform, Baba Baruti, who is an elder that I hold in high regard. And I posted that, hey, we're going to be talking about Black love underneath the thumbnail of the show. He said you picked the perfect person to talk about Black love with. So Baba, I salute you and I thank you so much for coming on the show. Family, right now, take a moment out to thumb up this video. Baba is going to be dropping a lot of information tonight. We're talking about Black love, family. Black love. You know, we often talk about self-hate and self-defeat, but who's talking about Black love? So take a moment out, thumb up this video. Not only thumb up this video, but share this video. Let's get the message out. Tonight, we're talking about Black love. Also, if you're watching on Facebook, be sure to head on over to YouTube, type in Dr. Maat, subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification bell so that as soon as I go live, you will be notified. Also, if you missed some of the Truth to Power talks, be sure to go back, go to YouTube, look for a playlist called Truth to Power Talk, and you'll see all of the different discussions that I've had. Tonight, I'm bringing on Baba Wakiesa. I brought on Baba Baruti, Mama Ya Baruti, Professor James Smalls, Dr. Kaba Kamane, Dr. Malifa Asante. I brought on Dr. Wade Nobles, Dr. William Darity. So all of the greats have been on this platform. So take some time out to go back and watch these discussions on the playlist. So Baba, I'm going to take some time out to read a little bit of your bio. I know you sent me your curriculum vitae. I love it, Baba. I looked at this, and family, matter of fact, let me share this screen with you because Baba has done a whole lot. He's done a whole lot. And let me share with you what I'm getting ready to read. He sent me this. I have it right here. All right. So Baba Wakiesa, he is the co-director of, and Bob, I hope that I don't butcher this. This is Aya Educational Institute, which is based in Atlanta, Georgia metro area, in which operates nationally and internationally. He is a widely known educator, organizational development and communications consultant, public speaker, facilitator, consultant, storyteller, and photographers. So here, family, you see all of his area of interest and experience: healing, storytelling, transformation and interpersonal communications, economic development in the Black community, African-centered education, which, you know, if you've connected to me, you know that I preach this, I teach this, distance learning since 2004, Black male youth and adult development, emotional authenticity. Look at this, the role of emotions and enhance emotional literacy and authenticity for learning, conflict resolution, family growth, organizational development. It says the river of touches, diversity, photography. Look at this. This is education right here. Apprenticed and collaborated with many to learn applied attitude development and behavioral change approaches, including Dr. Joe Bowen Lewis, Dr. Asa Hilliard, the great, and Dr. Jack, I hope that I don't pronounce this wrong, Galaboogs. It says master's coursework was with UNC Chapel Hill. His major was speech communication with a minor in education. He completed a bachelor's at UNC Chapel Hill, political science and speech communication. He's produced a number of publications and presentations. And so he's done a lot, family. I mean, I don't want to go through the whole thing, but he has done a lot. And I'm so happy that he is here with us today. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Baba, again, welcome to the platform. Family, please, please, please share the show. Let's get these views out tonight. We're talking about Black love. And you know, Baba, what kills me is this. What kills me is if we were talking about something controversial, you know, we would have 1,000 people in here right now. Mm-hmm. But when we talk about
Black love, right?
Black love. You know, you get a few folks in here. You know, and it's all good. It's all good, Baba. We're gonna keep on. Go ahead, Baba.
Yeah, it's all good. I've been doing work with our people and loving on our people, and still do. And I understand, you know, how our miseducation and socialization would have us gravitate toward, you know, conflict and that kind of thing, because we don't have to go inside. We don't have to do any work with that. We can just, you know, do commentary and all that. It seems like we're doing something, but, you know, so it's all good. Though, fortunately, it's also, you know, on Facebook, it'll be recorded. Other people can check it out. I'm so glad to be here with you. And so, you know, my whole thing is this: whoever's in the room is who's supposed to be in the room.
Come on, Baba.
And let's roll it. you
Come on,
know.
Baba. Let's do
Let,
it. Let's do
let's
it,
do it.
Baba. And they're coming in. I see folks coming in.
Yeah.
You all are trickling in. So, Baba, the first thing that I would like to ask you
Mm-hmm.
is I want you to provide and describe what Black love is. And let me tell you why I want to start with definitions. One, and you're educated, so I know you can appreciate this. We're going to be using this term throughout the discussion. And so I
Mm-hmm.
want to be clear on what we're saying, what we mean by Black love. Okay, so I want to start off there, Baba, with a definition and description of Black love.
Whoa, beautiful. Okay. So, Black love is unshakable love that we have for our people, for our culture, for our mission, and for sovereignty. That is, Black love is deep. Okay, it is not just I like you today and I like what you're wearing. Although that's a part of Black love, but we're talking about loving the person and loving who they are, loving where they come from and where they're going. Um, so mm, we say Black love is Black wealth, is Black power. And so when we're talking about it, we really are talking about the kind of love that we have for each other. That is an unconditional love. Now, for us, we talk about 360 degrees of Black love, and this is really important because you can parcel out love in a lot of different ways. But many of you know we have for 14 years, no, 9 years now, we have been doing a Black Love Day dinner celebration, right? Where we celebrate 360 degrees of ancestral love. We celebrate intimate love. We celebrate the love we have for community. And we put it all together. Unfortunately, many times we want to separate the kind of intimate love from community love, all right, from ancestral love, and almost act like intimate love has no place there. When in fact it is the ancestral and community love that should define and give place for what intimate love really becomes and is designed to express
Mm.
itself. All right, I want to say that against people
Say
because
that
if
again,
we
Baba.
see if we follow Europeans, on this, it'll be the intimate love is just between me and you, and it's my thing and your thing, and has nothing to do. But ancestral love and community love provides the definition, tells folks what is intimate love, what is there to do, and what it is to be done for. Very often in our community, we will separate them. We'll make a safe place for us to talk about ancestral love. We'll make a safe place to talk about community love. But we act like intimate love is something we can't talk about, and we leave it to Mr. Valentine to talk about. And what happens is then that love becomes an individualistic kind of love, just me and you, baby, and not have to have community approval, not be designed so that it will lift the community, so it will defend the community. And so we want to change that. And so we've created a Black Love Dinner celebration every year to usurp Valentine's. We tell folks, no, you don't let somebody pimp your love for your dollars. But it's not in addition to making sure that the money stays in our community. More than that, we want to make sure that we situate intimate love between brothers and sisters within the context of community and with the context of ancestral love, so that that union has our mission and has at its mission what's necessary to lift our ancestors and lift our community. Otherwise, it's escapist fantasy. It's like we're gonna have a good time, just you and me, but never mind what the impact of our union has on our community. So the protection that the community could give me, the support the community could give me, the definition, no, all of that's missing because, babe, it's just you and me. And so when we're talking about love, we're talking about 360 degrees of Black love, ancestral love, community love, and also intimate, let's get busy love.
Hold on, Baba. Baba, you blowing up the stage. It was kind of like a mic drop, and you just kind of blew it up. So thank you for that, and I'm happy that you broke down the different types of love because, like you said, typically when you say Black love, people automatically jump to the intimate love, and you said
Mm-hmm.
no, no, no. This is 365 degrees. You said ancestral love, community love, and individual love. but in the context of community and understanding what our purpose is.
You
Baba,
got it.
thank you so much for that definition. Baba, let me ask you a question. Why does a lot of our ancestors and elders, why do they say that black love is revolutionary? You hear that a lot. Black love is revolutionary. So could you explain to
Yeah,
me what you all mean?
absolutely.
Yeah, explain to me what you all mean
Well,
by that.
because part of what the white supremacist domination program, okay, our, whether people call it racism or whatever, that's this oppression of our people has been targeted to have us um, disdain ourselves and disdain each other. Okay. I'm not supposed to love my culture. I'm not supposed to love my lips. I'm not supposed to love my ancestral mission. I'm not supposed to love me. I'm supposed to want to compensate. I'm supposed to believe myself less than and to compensate for my being less than by trying to look like, walk like, and talk like white folks. Okay. With their hair, with the color, with everything. And so I don't love myself. That I don't love myself in the way that I don't is a product of white supremacist domination. Okay. Now, so when we say black love is revolutionary, then we understand that the first and foremost, if I'm going to come to love my black self, my African self, I don't do that individually. It's impossible. Okay. If I'm going to love me, it's because people have shown me love. Right. And to the extent that then I come to love me because the community has shown me love, I love the community back, or I love a sister back, and that sister loves me. Well, that part is a one-step revolution. The second part is then we extend ourselves into the child, and that child is born in revolutionary love. That is, they're born in a way that will counter and withstand first and counter this white supremacist script, all right, and agenda for us to not love us. And of course, so particularly in this time, if you read the name of Asa Hilliard. Asa Hilliard is Baba, a friend and teacher. And one of the things of his, when he used to teach about that dynamics of domination, one is to erode group identity. So how do you erode group identity? You teach people that they are nothing, so they don't love themselves. So in order to be something, they have to attach themselves or try to imitate other people. Well, then what happens then to our identity as a group, if in fact it is not based in our loving ourselves and our culture and our people and our mission? That is why black love, 360 degrees of black love, is revolutionary. It's the basis. It's if we have a love for ourselves and our culture and our mission, then we can, whatever we do that comes out, our children will reflect that. Okay, or we have a better chance of our children reflecting that, because that provides a circle around them to protect them from everything that's coming at them that tells them that they're not good enough. And this is something we got to deal with, because very often we think it's just enough to be in a conscious family, as if somehow the outside world is not continually having an effect on them. So which is why it's not enough to be a single family. We have to be a village of conscious Africans to surround the child, to provide some protection, so that we direct to them that they are lovable. And as they really take that in, then it begins to provide a sense of a defense, and then also a base for them to then create a love with another African person. I'm being very specific.
Be specific, Baba. Be specific. Be specific, honey.
Another African person. All right. And when I'm talking about person, I'm talking about if it's a woman with another African man, if it's a man with another African woman. All right. So then we can continue the lineage. Okay. That is, see, if there are no children, then there's no ancestors return. And if you understand the African worldview, you understand that if we live a good life, die a good death, then we then go to the world of our ancestors to be reborn and reinserted down our own family line. So when we are engaged in relationships where that is impossible to produce, then in fact we have just committed a level of suicide. So black love, right, where we loving ourselves and our children, we're connected to our ancestors and our people, it is revolutionary. It is the basis of everything that we do. If you have strong African love and a couple bathed in that, they raise children in that, then that family unit can then bond with other black family units, okay? That can bond with other black family units. And now we have something. See, some people want to do, well, I'm just going to join a black organization while their own family is in shambles, okay? It's like, excuse me, the
Say it
first
again.
organization,
Say it again, Baba. Hold up.
I mean,
Say it again.
we
Say it
want to we
again.
want to join black organizations to be revolutionary while their own homes are in shambles. The first organization that you're in is the organization of your home, all right? And we got to do the work. And let me just tell you, right now, the reason I am where I am is because we have a workshop that we're doing. It's called Warriors, Healers, and Builders. All right. And this is a 3-day retreat workshop that's going on right now. We just finished the second day, where part of what we do in this workshop is we give ourselves the tools to heal the wounds of oppression that get expressed in our communication with each other and that break our relationships apart. Okay. We talk about how do we tell our story from the inside out, right? Because we actually are not a broken people, nor do we have broken families. What we have is broken stories, all right? Because we tell our stories about us and about our relationships and about the person we with from the outside in as opposed to the inside out. So I'm gonna go back to your first thing when you were clapping and saying hallelujah, or your version of it, and that is, it's important that we develop the skill set and the mindset to have our own family organization get to be solid, get to be where we resolve the issues there so it is strong. Therefore, when I join an organization, I'm not just joining, my whole family is joining, whether they attend or not, right? And so this family joins this organization. Is the organization, black organization, stronger? Is the African organization stronger because I have a strong family unit that is with me, that supports me in this effort? The answer is yes. We have several then black families come together within this organization. It has strong legs. It's going to last. And if the children grow up in it and we do our work correctly, and it's hard work, I'm not make no mistake about it, then they will continue that work because our liberation is multi-generational organization, all right, and multi-generational work. It is not going to be done in my lifetime. It's crazy. Okay, it's a denial of where we are, but it's also a denial of our worldview and our power. You see, you let other folks think about, we're going to do this in 5 minutes and 10 minutes. We said, no. We're planting the seeds of black love deeply so that they will grow like a baobab tree. Okay. So that they will grow and it will continue to develop the kind of trust. Because you see, we can't do any revolutionary work. We can't do revolutionary building. We can't do definitely revolutionary fighting or healing if we don't trust each other. And really, black love is this. How do I learn to knit or to weave trust between us where distrust is induced? I'm socialized in this society to distrust me. I'm told that I'm lazy. I'm told that I'm crazy. I'm told that I'm a thug. I'm told so many different things. So that when it's my time to join the organization, and it's a serious black organization, I have some serious doubt about whether or not I will hold up my end, if we're going to be honest. And I darn sure don't trust you with anything important like my money. And so it's critical that we learn how do we weave trust between us when the oppressor seeds distrust in us. Not just assume that because you read Amos Wilson and I read Amos Wilson, you know Baba Baruti, you know Baba Wekesa, and I know Baba Wekesa. So now, since you know them, then we're good. No. We got to figure out how do we build trust where distrust is induced. And that takes skill. And that's part of what we've been working on this weekend. And we do that. If you go to my Facebook page, you'll see Warriors, Healers, and Builders. And that's a weekend retreat. And so that we're able to build black love so that we can have the strong families as opposed to escapist home relationships. And we go out and we beat our chests and with good black organizations as we ought to be, but it has a strong foundation. All right. I'll give you one more example of black love and how it's really important for us. When we're challenging oppression, and we must because we're being warred upon. All right. You can pick your comrades, you can pick your weapons, but you can't pick the war because it's brought to us every day. Well, part of what's important is that if I'm going to be engaged in challenging oppression, have I developed a relationship, a love that will support that? Okay. When I hit my oppressor, challenge in any shape, form, or fashion, they gonna hit back. Mike Tyson has a great line. Everybody got a plan until they get hit. And when I'm talking to brothers and sisters and about their relationships, black love, and they're talking about the revolutionary action, I'm saying, so are you prepared for the hit back? And they go, huh? That is, have you chosen a relationship, all right, to prepare for the hit back? Have you defined your love so that it can sustain what happens when your enemy hits you back? Or are we under some kind of fantasy that all we got to do is do some one punch wonder and then white folks gonna just disappear? No, but we don't think about, as we're thinking about being warriors, we don't think about the importance of building a love foundation so that it will withstand not just supporting me hitting, but supporting the hit back so that I can withstand it, and our relationships can withstand it, and we can counter. That's black love.
Whew. Oh my gosh, Baba. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. I mean, it's like when I hear you talk, it's just confirmation that the things that I've been learning, it's further confirmation or reaffirmation, should I say, that the things that I've been learning underneath the elders and ancestors, that is true. I remember having a talk with my cousin, Will. We call him Baba Will because he's like a father figure to my 11-year-old. And he and I was talking, and I said, Baba, a lot of us go out here, we join these organizations, we go out here and celebrate Kwanzaa and Juneteenth and Black August, but what are we doing in our homes?
That's right.
And I said that your first organization is your home. And I see, shout out to Baba Kwame Apaya, he's in the building. He'll tell you that in Baltimore, when I gave my lecture and I talked about, the family, I said, we got to get our families in order. That's the highest priority. Get your family in order because Bob, and I don't have to say it to you, it's like preaching to the choir. The family is the foundation of a people, right? And
that's right.
Families build communities and build,
that's right. You got it.
Build nations, and so we have to get our families in order. And so I know Baba Kwame will be a witness to that I've been teaching.
Absolutely. Well, one of the things that you said is present on what I'm just talking this, as I said, this weekend we have a weekend retreat, and we have a number of people from all over the country and outside of the country. And I said to them, would you begin to put as a part of your organizational development, the healing the wounds of oppression? So let's say you're putting together some economic development. You're going to do a susu so that we can buy property. Let's say, okay, collectively. Do not just have it focused on the economics of doing that. Have as a part of it that we got to do the kind of personal work so that I can then do the family work. Okay. You see, we can't just have healing be, you just kind of maybe come at it, or you may be listen to the Dr. Maat show, or you may have heard Baba Baruti. No, it's literally becomes institutional if we recognize that we're wounded, because what you said is absolutely true. We got to get the families together. But guess what? The problem with getting the families together. When I come to be with a sister, I bring my good ideas, I bring my power, I bring my prowess, I bring my Africanity, and I bring my wounds of oppression. And if I have not built this relationship where the relationship itself is designed to be a healing crucible, the sister brings her wounds, I bring mine. And don't get me wrong, I ain't talking about one person is wounded, another person's not because they read Mama Rumba's Yorugu. Okay? No. That is, we all bring our wounds. And if I'm working on mine, then I'm willing to say what they are and where I am in the process. And in fact, engage with the sister to support me in the healing of those wounds. You see, when our love becomes a part of our healing process, then nobody will be able to come between me and the sister. Okay. I'm not going to give up this heal. I've been with Mama Afia for 34 years. There ain't no way in the world that anything can come between, because I've not just had a companion, I've had somebody who has helped me become a better man, a more healed man from the wounds of oppression. All right. I've been a better father. I'm a better community person. I'm a better African man. All right. And when we have our relationship, we designed it so. Okay. So that it also helps me heal from the wounds of oppression, and also helps the sister heal from the wounds of oppression, as opposed to I'm going to take advantage of the wounds that the sister may bring, or she may take advantage of mine, okay, to ensure I don't leave her or to mess over me. No, 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 no. That is, if we don't have it where my relationship with a sister doesn't have that sister be a stronger, more powerful, more wonderful, more beautiful whole sister, then I don't need to mess with it. Okay. And the same is a sister with me. See, again, the key thing is that to recognize there is no way to be living and have lived in an oppressive society without having some wounds of oppression, some of which have been inflicted generations ago, and they come down my family line. I got to heal those wounds. And so what better crucible than to have the family so that it's set up to help to be a healing crucible for me, all right, and for the sister. That means we become stronger and more powerful, and the base is untouchable. Nobody can shake it. You can say, oh well, I saw about Wekesa, ain't got to worry about it, because we have been so central to each other and our healing and becoming better men and better black women that nothing can come between. Okay, so yeah. I can roll. So ask me another question, sister.
Oh, no. I did. No, Baba, you're doing wonderful. And I want to shout out Brother Onk West in the building. Black African power to you, Brother Onk West. He's based in Atlanta, Georgia, also with you, Baba. So he's down there with you. He's another warrior on the battlefield. But Baba, my next question to you is this. Have you noticed the attempt over the years to redefine Black love? And I'm talking about in the music,
yes,
in the media. And so can you get into some of those attempts that you've been seeing to redefine Black love? Because I grew up, I'm an 80s baby. Mm-hmm. So I grew up in the 90s. So Black love was you being the ride or die chick. And you just, so Black love was, you got to make sure you hold them down, or you hold her down. You were the ride or die, so that was, a definition of Black love that was pushed in the music. And also, in the music, the ability for a man to buy you the Birkin bag, the Louis Vuitton bag, the shoes. And so his ability to afford and buy expensive materials, bags, shoes, cars, clothes. So now that's Black love. And then you have these celebrity couples. You got people like Tyrese with the mulatto chicks and the Hispanic chicks. He talking about this my Black queen. This is Black love. You got Cardi B, the Latina, running around with Offset, and they're calling that Black love. And then now recently, you got the dude Prince Henry and Markle Meghan. He's calling her Black and saying that he has a Black child, and that is Black love. So Baba, I just want you to kind of get into this.
Well, first of all, Baba. I love that you run it down. You have run that down. It's like you have laid it out. That is, and all of it is on a straight continuum, and the continuum is to erode Black love that has a revolutionary purpose and foundation. All right, that is designed to avenge our ancestors and designed to provide to continue the mission that our ancestors set for us. Now, if you just go back, okay, if we're on a captive ship, okay, what is the promise? Now, I'm gonna give Mama Marimba props on this, because we worked together for years, and she has a brother who out of New York who wrote a powerful piece called The Promise. And so when we were doing Abakasim, there was a part of it where she says, okay, when we're on the captive ship and being taken away, we whisper on the night air, and we whisper a promise to the sister that was taken from us, or that we were taken from. Okay, we whisper a promise to our ancestors that we will return. We whisper a promise that we will remember them. We whisper a promise that we will never forget, and we will live for them and what they taught us, and to return. And so real Black love comes out of that. Okay, real Black love defines that. When you do that, then you have brothers willing to break into prison and get oh, come on, just blocked on
Asada Shakur.
Get a side out, right? Now,
that's right.
Now, so that's Black love. Okay, but we ain't gonna let that sister languish there. Okay, and I ask students routinely, because we have a middle school and high school, and I asked students, I said, is there any situation under which you could imagine that you would do for that sister what those brothers did? And the answer consistently is no. Okay. Now, this is the work that we have to do because of what you just said, because the oppressor will define love in ways that serve them and will alienate our people from the kind of Black love that serves us and our mission and our interest. And so it's so important because you see, people think that love is just this attraction kind of thing. But really, the society that you're in tells you what to look at. Okay. Now these pictures kill me. That the sisters, all right, and this is coming out of oppression, where the thing that they are protruding most is their backside. Now, excuse me, it's like, sister, is that what you're selling? Okay.
Come
I mean,
on, Baba.
if that's what you're selling,
Come on,
it's just
Baba.
straight up. Like, excuse me, and like, no, that's not what you're selling. All right, that's not. Is that all you want the brother to be attracted to, or attracted to most, or first? Is that your best asset? Give me a break. But you see, if you see celebrities and all of these folks doing this, and that's what it takes to blow up, and the society has that be normalized, then it takes folks being strange, and this is where having a family is important. Okay. So that the child has some other peers, family and external family and villages that to at least see a different way. So yes, everything that you had that you laid out so eloquently and much better than me, because this redefinition started early, and I just really haven't kept up with it. I mean, I see it from here, but I see it from afar, but it's the same thing over and over. That is, your enemies cannot define love for you. All right. If you do, your love will be in service of your enemies. We are alienated from our way, from our definition of love, from our mission, from our culture, for one reason. We're alienated to serve aliens. Okay. I'll repeat that. That's not my original. That's Dr. Amos Wilson.
Say it
I'll
again.
say it till I'm dead. We are alienated from ourselves, from our culture, from our way, from each other, to serve aliens. Okay, that is the purpose. That's of the psychological alienation and cultural alienation, so that we can serve aliens. Okay, and so it's critical that we heal this alienation. We go back to our ways, our definitions of what when we were trying to create a village, when we were trying to create love and relationships that would last. What was those relationships? How do we do that as a people? I'm not going to Meghan Markle to ask anything about how do you make a relationship. I'm not going to Oprah to listen to Oprah to say how do you build relationships. And one thing that kills me is you got people who are in failed relationships teaching people about relationships.
Hold up, say that again, Bobby. You got people that's in failed relationships.
In failed relationships teaching people about relationships. Okay, you got people who represent their relationship does not represent the goal that I'm trying to get to, but I'm looking and I'm listening to their story. When people started talking about this Prince and Meghan, I just tapped in. I was on Facebook and I said, so what? Like, what has this got to do with us? I care not what, some white folks did. I care not what the Prince did. I care not what Meghan Markle did. Why are we consuming? But of course, it's a rhetorical question. I know why we're consuming. It is part of the propaganda, part of the brainwashing that would have us be able to have a conversation about the royals. In fact, one sister puts on talking about Prince Henry was her favorite war. It's a conscious sister. I said, excuse me, I just put one word in a question mark. Royal. Okay. That is because now the whole thing is I can connect with them and I am somebody. I can have that conversation and I'm somebody. I'm not, it takes some strength now, particularly. Okay. It was easier in the late 60s. Okay. It was easier in the 70s. Okay. It takes a lot of strength to walk this walk as an African-centered man or woman. All right. And we're going to create African relationships. We're going to have our children be raised in those ways. We're going to shed European names and their culture, et cetera, et cetera. And it's important that we recognize that and we go out of our way to support sisters and brothers when they make those expressions, sisters and brothers when they lean in this direction, and that we also distinguish between anti-white and pro-African. Because one of the things we do in our relationships and our organizations is we get somebody who comes on an anti-white tip. That is, this lover has spurned them. They have tried to prove themselves good to white people. They've gotten their degrees and they've gotten this place and whatever. And then white folks, racism hit them in the face. And now they become super black and anti-white. All right. And so I'm going to marry them, this super black person. I'm going to have them in our organization without saying, excuse me, you're welcome. But guess what? You got to go through the process of going from anti-white to pro-African. Because there's an African proverb that I'll share with you in relationship to that. And it's simply that clothes put on while running come off while running. Okay. If we hurriedly have these relationships built on people's anti-white rhetoric, as opposed to pro-African work and healing, then our relationships won't last. Okay. And so it's an important part. And you've laid out the various kinds of, but all of them, what they share in common is the oppressor trying to define what love is in ways that if we take on those definitions, if we imitate that, then that means I can be, well, we used to say black and Navy too. So you can go to Navy and start trying to target black people back in the day. So I can have a white husband and white wife and all of that. And I'm still African centered. Now, I don't say that a person is not black if they're married to somebody, but you see, if I'm going to be about our ancestors' business, if I'm going to be about black family building, then I'm going to marry a black woman who knows what it is to be black and has that same commitment to our ancestral mission so that we can raise children who will do that. If I don't, then in fact, I don't know what my children will be raised to do, or I do, in fact, in terms of the society. But see, this love that we're talking about, if it's not love that comes from our ancestors and the ancestral mission, then what is it? Is it just, just a temporary, we're just going to get off in it and that's it? And what is love for? Who does it serve? How does it lift our people? Okay, this is why who does it serve? My love serves somebody. Okay, I understand that I have my personal gratification. I love Mama Fia. Okay, she loves me. All right, I love how she looks at me, how she makes me feel when she looks at me, the way she looks at me. I love how she makes me feel when she touches me. I ain't got no problem, talking about that. Okay. And if we do, we got a problem, okay? Because we're gonna have to understand we got to go all 360 degrees of black love. But so I love that. But guess what? I love what our love does in our community. I love what it represents. I love what it stands for. Okay, now and generations into the future, we are determined that our love for each other supports my work, supports her work with other sisters, with other brothers, with other couples, with people. Our love together that makes us stronger, that helps to serve our community. The question is, who does your love serve? And if it's not serving African people, well.
Oh, hold on, Baba. What you say, Baba? Who does your love serve? Oh my gosh, Baba. They in the chat room. Brother Kwame said, wow. This brother is getting it in y'all family right now. Take a moment out to share this video. We're talking about Black love tonight, family. And Bob and I we were building at the beginning of this discussion. And I said, Bob, we were talking about something controversial. We have 1 million people in here, but we talking about Black love. And Black love, as Baba said, it requires work. And so a lot of people stay away from this type of conversation. And Baba said, you know what? Well, whoever's supposed to be here is going to be here, right?
That's it.
Family, let's share this video. Let's get this word out. Tonight we're talking about Black love, what it is and what it isn't. So family, get the word out. Get the word out. Baba, my next question to you is this. Have you noticed, and I know I noticed, so I'm pretty sure you've noticed, and you kind of touched on it earlier when you're talking about Valentine's Day, the capitalizing on Black love. I've noticed online, you have these self-proclaimed, relationship gurus who are making a lot of money right now. Now I'm going to call them by name. You have Derek Jackson. We found out he was just cheating on his wife with a bunch of women. And tomorrow I'll be talking about him and holding the sisters accountable for not recognizing the fraud in him and the hustler in him, and giving him the millions of dollars that he had to build his mansion and take these mistresses on a yacht. So I'm going to be holding the sisters accountable for that. But you have these relationship gurus, Derek Jackson, self-proclaimed relationship gurus. Derek Jackson, this guy named Kevin Samuels, who they say have made a living off of talking down to Black women. And so, Baba, have you noticed, and like you said, Valentine's Day, can you talk to the people, the viewers, about how Black love have been exploited? You know, Holly, I call it Holly Weird. I don't call it Hollywood. I call it Holly Weird has made billions of dollars exploiting Black love. The music industry has made millions, billions of dollars, you know, exploiting Black love. You know, and like I said, now you have these relationship gurus online making millions of dollars trying to, you know, I guess qualify or discuss, you know, Black love. So Baba, speak to the people about that, and how you've seen, you know, the attempts that you've seen, not even the attempts, because these people were successful at capitalizing off of Black love.
Well, they're actually capitalizing off of our need to be somebody. Okay, they're not and their subject is Black love. But the reason they're able to be successful is because we have been conditioned to believe that we're nobody. So that what we do is we listen to people who don't walk the walk. I mean, my grandmother has a simple solution. You know, folks used to say, if I'm gonna bring somebody home, they first say, who are people? If I'm really going to deal with somebody, who are people? If I'm going to listen to somebody, we say, well, tell me what he's doing. Tell me about his relationship. Tell me about the sister that he's with, right? Tell me about how does she walk? Okay, I gotta show me something. Okay, literally, it takes very little in these days to be a media darling, and if I begin to have a number of views, then other people will then want to be a part of my program so that they can be somebody and be with it and be in the know. As opposed to this sister, like Dr. Maat, be dropping it down. Okay, she knows what she's talking about. She studies, she does her research, she walks the walk.
Come on,
I will listen to somebody who shows me that they have walked the walk. I'm not listening to somebody who just sounds really great, you know, and they, you know, they have some nice kind of logic and all of that. You also mentioned a person who made millions putting Black women down. It's a wonderful formula. Okay. And that again that is owing to our oppression. All right. For example, when I studied speech communication years ago, when I was in college, one of the things that I noticed, my grandfather was a preacher. And so I would analyze his sermons and other sermons and whatever. And what I noticed is when the sermon was lagging, and the same was when Black speakers are speaking, they could always go to a stock place. Okay. Now, everybody has their stock place to be able to go to get the crowd involved, and stock quotes, stock proverbs. There's nothing wrong with that. But I began to notice something special about it, that whenever they wanted a big rise out of a Black crowd, they would say, now Black people, you know, we don't get it together. That is, if they said anything critical of Black people, you get this rise from the audience. And I want y'all to listen for that. When you're talking and somebody say, now I'm gonna bring it on home. I'm gonna tell you what we need to do. And when they come at Black people negatively, you get this rise. Yeah. And I'm like, excuse me? And I was like, how come we would do that? And because, you see, we have been socialized to believe that we're less than. All right. And also rewarded for directing our criticism at African people and not at Europeans. So this person is taking advantage of that conditioning by saying, oh, let me tell you something. Now, he wasn't by himself. Obama, every time he opened his mouth, he was criticizing Black people, right? And Black people loved him. Okay,
yes.
So
yes.
What I'm saying is the reason we're receptive to it is because of the wounds of oppression. And I'm gonna be honest, if we don't become better warriors and healers and builders, and I don't mean the women are the warriors and the men are the healers, okay? I mean having a mindset and skill set for all three of those, then in fact our relationships are not going to make it, okay? And so it is the wound of I'm needing to be affirmed. So I will get onto any ship, any train that seems like it's going to get some traction, because just by being on that train, I get affirmed. Okay, regardless of the words. And the second wound that relates to what you said is then if somebody is critical of me, all right, then they must love and care about me, all right, and so I can join them being critical of other black people and act like I ain't in the room, act like it's not me, it's some other black people. The work that we do, the reason Baba Baruti said what he said, is because the work that we do is, now you got to first look in the mirror, okay? You got to begin to, I mean, literally write this to yesterday, I mean, earlier today, and we will continue tomorrow. Black couples who are coming to learn how the wounds of oppression come out in their conversation unexpectedly, and how to heal from those wounds, all right, so that they don't have the oppressor in the middle of their conversation, so that they don't take the oppressor to bed with them at night. Okay, that is not something just to wish for. That is something you got to be skilled at. I mean, you got to practice with. We don't get good at anything. This is you know what I'm talking about, a wound. One of the wounds of academia and the media, particularly, we learned it first with academia, and a lot of black conscious folks are academicians or middle class, went to college, et cetera, which is okay, except for a number of things. But one thing is academia teaches that if I got a name for something, if I understand it conceptually and I name it, then I'm done. No, 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 no. To change something, I got to be skilled. To be skilled, I have to practice. To practice, I'm going to fail and get better, and fail to get better, and fail to get better, so that I know how to do something better. Okay. And that is understanding how to heal the wounds of oppression, understand how to build with my spouse and black people, even when somebody disagrees with me, even when somebody hurts me, to learn how do I not go to war with my sister. Okay, so I made shoes. All right, boom. We may not be together, but I'm not going to war with no sister. So a brother said something that I don't like and disagreed with me, publicly or not. I'm not going to war with the brother. See, this going to war with each other is a wound of oppression, as we've been instructed to do the oppressor's work with each other under the guise that I'm ridding African people of somebody, and therefore, we're going to move forward. No, 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 no. No, and so what these folks can do is take advantage of how we've been wounded by oppression. And if we don't do this work, then our loves will not last, because I bring my wounds to a relationship. Okay, I bring wounds that I got from my dad. I mean, when I went to UNC Chapel Hill, you read that. I was the first in my family to go to college. So my dad comes up once, and I've never heard my dad say this before. And so he says to me, he pulls me to the side, and he says to me, "You got any of this white stuff yet?" Now, this is my dad that I've never known to be with a white person. He was with my mother. They separated. He was married to another black woman. Didn't even know this part, didn't know it existed. And now I'm a young man, and I'm up there, and these white folks, co-eds there, and he's asking me, all right, did I get any of this? Okay. And the answer is no, Dad, I didn't. All right. And the point is, that was his wound of oppression. And had I not been clear about my identity and my mission and goal, then that smile on the side of his mouth would have come into me and guided what I was to do. I got to heal from those wounds of oppression. He has to heal from. He's not a bad man. He's a black man. He worked his butt off. He helped support me and both my mother. And even when he divorced and got married again, he still supported my mother. All right. At the same time, just because he was a good and great black man doesn't mean he didn't have wounds of oppression. We bring them, and we got to heal them, or else Valentine will tell us how to celebrate our love and what love is. And we say, send Valentine packing. On February 13th, every year, y'all become a part of the Black Love Day and Black Love Dinner celebration, where we spend our money. You talk about money. Billions of dollars are spent under the auspices of love. This Valentine's pimps, and these other folks, they pimp our black love for our dollars. Okay. They say they're about black love, or they'll say Valentine's is about love, but so they get our money. We said, no, no, no. We said, yes, do spend money on your love, but make sure you spend that money with black people or in a community of black people in 360 degrees of black love. So you both are affirming grounded love and you are economically strengthening our community so your black dollars make more love as they are spent and support black families and others who are doing the entertaining, who are doing the cooking, who are doing those kinds of things. You know, we literally, we have a mission to send him packing. And not only do we do this, and this is another important thing about black love and continuing, we recognize every year couples who represent black love, black male and female couples, okay? And we also recognize black people who've exhibited love of our community. That's community love, okay? We then recognize also ancestral love. We give the awards. The whole ceremony setting is around lifting their love. Brothers and sisters, you know, who's Baba Baruti got one of those awards.
I was getting ready to say, I was getting ready to say Baba Baruti and Mama Ya Baruti. But Bob, let me ask you a question. When does this take place? Is it every February the 13th or
every February 13th is Black Love Day. The dinner usually happens that weekend. We like to do it before Valentine's Day so we want our folks to spend our money with us. So this year it was on February 13th. And because of, you know, this pandemic, I have no problem saying that because of this COVID pandemic, or I don't bite my tongue. Okay. We had to do it online, but what we did was expand it. So we had people from in the country and outside of the country join us. And we said, no, you get with people, you know, you get with at a black restaurant in your local space and you broadcast from there. You be from home and have some people come over, whatever. And so we had people coming on, couples coming on from all over, right? Lifting their love and lifting our love so we could be in it together. We're not to be denied. Okay. And we're going to take black love back. Black, actually.
Hold on, Baba. Look, Baba, and you're getting into my last question. I know I have five more minutes with you. And so my last question, because you talked about taking black love back. My last question is this. What can we do? Well, it's actually kind of like a twofold question. Sure. What can we do to prevent the exploitation of black love, and what must be done to restore black love? Because we talk about self-hatred and things, and so it's kind of a twofold question. Sure. What can we do to end or prevent the exploitation of black love? And what must be done to restore black love? Could you spend the last 5 minutes discussing this?
And basically you have to turn them around. In order to end the exploitation, we have to restore black love. Okay. All right. So the black love then affirms who I really am, right? So that I cannot be exploited easily by wanting to be a part of other people's program and just wanting to be affirmed in that kind of way. That is what so that the oppressor is going to do what they do, and they will pay our people. What happens though, if those people aren't effective at getting our attention, at getting our love and getting our black love dollars, then they're dropped like a hot potato. Okay. And so if we restore black love, what do we need to do to restore black love? We have to heal the way we've been wounded. We have to become warriors, healers, and builders, starting with ourselves and our family, right? We have to study, what did our ancestors do? Let me tell you in this last few minutes, we married each other during captivity. Now, I don't use slavery because Africans won't slave, and white folks damn sure aren't masters and weren't masters. Okay. All right. They were barbarians. They were captives, captors, if you want to say it that way. We were captive Africans who were captured Africans in bondage. The point is, doing this system, all right, we still married each other, even though there was a high probability that one of us would be snatched from each other. How did we do that? Okay. We still maintain family in the middle of abject oppression. Study that. Don't go to some guru who have some 2 cents something out of a book who don't know what they're talking about. Study how. I'll give you an example. Harriet Tubman and their mother. They stayed together, even though he was on a plantation 30 miles away. They stayed together. All right. Had Harriet. Even when Harriet then had to be taken to another plantation, they maintained family. So that he taught her the ways of the woods and the ways of the waterway, so she would know how to make it through the night. Okay, she didn't learn this just from some little Quakers having something in the window. All right, and she learned herbology from her mother. My point is, that they were able to maintain a love, and we have to study that. Okay, use that as example, because these problems we have are nothing compared to how you gonna say me and you gonna be together when tomorrow you can be sold down the river, but still I'm going to commit myself to you. Okay, that is what we need to study if we want to restore Black love. And we talked about that, and we teach that at our Education Institute. Right, this weekend we have a Warriors Healers and Builders retreat. We'll do another one about 2 months down the road, so that we literally talk about how do we come to love ourselves, because that is the basis of Black love.
Hold on, Baba. I had to get that sound effect in. One of my young guns, my young African warrior, Jeremiah Africa. He said, Doc, where's the fire? Where's the fire? He said the elder, he said the elder is going in. Where's the fire sound effect? And so peace to my African warrior, my young African warrior, Jeremiah Africa. That's like my little son right there. So peace to him. I see one of my biggest supporters, Mitchell Guest, is in the building. Peace to you, brother Mitchell Guest. I see you, Letitia. I see you in the building. And peace to brother New Black World Order. New Black World Order. He's going through some things, and he has a Facebook page, but he was going through some things. He lost his daughter, and they just actually found her, Baba. And Black Love brought him here today because in spite of everything that brother is going through, he's here tonight with us. He's listening. He's listening to you, Baba. He's here supporting. He's in the chat. He's asking people to share the show. And so I want to take some time out to acknowledge you, New Black World Order. Peace to you, brother. And thank you so much for being in the building, brother. And my prayers and my thoughts are with you as you go through your healing, your grieving and healing process. And so, Baba, please tell the people where they can find you and how they can contact you. They love you. They're in here. They're saying absolute fire, Blacknificent. They said, oh my goodness. They said, we're going to take Black love back. And look, brother Richardson, he said, where's the website for the retreat? So Baba, people want to connect with you. Give them your information. Tell them where they can connect with you and how they can get involved in this, in the retreat and all of your workshops, Baba.
All right. Go to www.ayaed.com. Aya, like the Aya symbol from Ghana. Aya Ed, short for education. AYAED.com. That's our main website. If you want to go to the information about the retreat, it's ayaed.com/WHDC. WHD, but the links are there if you go there. Also, go on Facebook. All right. And I'm trying to work Instagram, and I got a little Twitter account. And I say little because I'm trying to catch up, sister. You know, I ain't got no problem with using technology. And now what we're also doing is we're building our own outside of Facebook and Instagram social media a network. All right. And so if you hook up with us, you can hook up with us on Facebook, on Instagram, hook up with us. But a little bit on Twitter. When I say a little bit, I'm learning to check that more regularly. And I'll give you my direct phone number. Okay. If you want to get in touch with me, it's 404-201-2356. My name is Wekesa, Wekesa, Madzimoyo, like you get mad, the Mad Z Moyo. If you put that any search engine, I will come up. Okay. I'm no stranger to the internet and no stranger to those. So you will be able to find my numbers and reach out to me or Mama Fia. All right. And when you see me, you see Mama Fia. And if you ain't seen me with her, you really ain't seen me. Okay. And so that's how you can get in touch with us. Please do. We're doing all kinds of programs. We have a middle school and high school, and that is international. It is web conference based, and it is not this new folks who just jumped on here because COVID told them they had to get on here. We've been doing this, and I will say, got to have a plug. Our graduation rate. No. Let me get it right. The rate of students of our graduates who get full 4-year scholarships is 83.3. I'm not talking about the rate of those who go to college. I'm not talking about the rates who I'm talking about who get full 4-year rise, okay, with an African-centered education, okay, because we don't play, all right? The same warrior healer builder paradigm actually undergirds all of our teachers because our teachers have to also learn to love. When I say love yourself, it's not just, oh, I think I'm a good person. It's how do I heal those wounds, because those wounds are the things that are the weasels that have me have that self-deprecation that you were talking about. We call it injected oppression. So you can get me again, 404-201-2356. You can go to ayaed.com, right? And boom, short of that, Facebook, Instagram, put Wekesa, Madzimoyo, you get me.
Baba, say that one more time. 404
201
201
2356.
2356. I just want to throw that on the
I
screen
appreciate that. I really do.
so that they can see it. All right.
Beautiful.
So that is Baba's number. So this is, people are here. They love you, Baba. They're like fantastic. My mother, salute to my mama in the building.
Absolutely.
And she said, if you don't love yourself, you can't love anyone. Thank you. You
Right.
know,
That's
everyone
right.
said
That's right.
Blacknificent Baba. And there's his number again. Also, his website is, this is his number again, 404-201-2356. Baba, next Valentine's Day, if I am able body, because there's some things I got going on in the works,
Okay.
Baba. I'll talk to you about it offline.
All right.
But if I'm able, I will be in the building next February, and I'll come down with the family.
Next Black Love Day. Not next
Black Love Day.
Day.
Yeah, that's
there
right. Next Black Love Day.
Right.
I will be there, Baba.
Oh,
so
beautiful.
Thank you so
sister.
much. So Baba, do you have any closing words for the listening audience before we head on out? Any closing words
yes,
that you can think of?
I do. There are a couple. First, y'all, fighting is winning. All right. It's really important that we understand where we are. Okay? We're being warred upon. Fighting is winning. Don't just actually wait until you can see the victory. Fighting is winning. Okay. That's really, really important. And also, just as we fight, we also need to heal. And we also need to build. If we don't do all three of those, then we engage in escapist fantasy, and our organizations and our families will fail. I love you. I love Black people. I'm an elder that ain't no ways tired. I'm not one of these folks who I'm tired of Black people. No, I understand how Black people. I love Black people. And in all our foibles, I love Black people. In all our wounds, I love Black people. And I ain't tired of working for and with my people at all. In fact, I'm more fired up now than I've ever been in my life.
Ashe.
I love you.
Love you too, Baba. We love you. Hold on, let me drop a bomb for you, Baba. Again, Baba, look there in the chat. They said, we love you too, Baba. That's Baba Kwame Napaya. He said, we love you, Baba. Mitchell Guest, he said, thank you, Baba. And Dr. Maat, I appreciate you both. Ashe. So again, Baba, I gotta bring you back. And maybe when I come down next year, we could just live stream and interview you live and talk about it and really do it up. Family, take a moment out, share this show. I've been begging you to just share the show because let's get this word out. We need to define Black love or redefine it because other people have been defining it for us.
There you go. That's right.
Redefine Black love. We need to restore Black love. We need to strengthen Black love. And we need to protect our Black love. So family, please share this show. Let's get the word out. Also tomorrow, family, join me back here. I said same time, same place earlier, but I meant to say same place, 7 p.m. instead of 8 p.m. Tomorrow, I will be talking about Black women. And Baba, I'm just going to talk, myself for about 30 or 45 minutes.
Beautiful.
On just holding ourselves accountable for producing a Derrick Jackson.
That's right.
Because he wouldn't have been able to garner those millions of dollars without Black women. And so I feel like, and this is not a beat up on Black women session or nothing like that. Fam.
No, we got to know how to be critical.
Absolutely. With love. So this is coming from a place of love, but we need to take accountability for creating Derrick Jacksons. We need to take accountability for creating the Kevin Samuels of the world. And so I want to have a discussion. And I want the brothers to be here also. You know, brothers are welcome to join. But I will be talking about just Black women and how we've been creating the Derrick Jacksons and the Kevin Samuels. So join me back here, family, tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for what I call a chat. It's not a truth to power talk, but that's just a chat with Dr. Maat. Baba, again, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me, sister.
Yes, I thoroughly enjoyed what you said. And I'm going to go back and I always go back and listen to my interviews because sometimes I miss things when I'm trying to, talk to folks.
Manage everything,
Yeah, so I'm going to go back and listen to you. You dropped a lot of jewels, Baba. I appreciate all the things that you're doing for the community. And as my mother would say, I'm giving you your flowers while you can smell them.
Oh, absolutely.
And so these are your flowers, Baba. Thank you for all that you do. And I hope that you will come back again.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Black Power. Bibi Fahode.
Let's combat and fight back with maltracks. The war of the minds, they want control of the masses. And Common Core, they dumb us down in the classes. Without knowledge, we can't gain access. Build with the elders, take notes and write classes. We keep whining on the block, how it's gonna stop? Let's start supporting our own, make their supply drop. We buy stocks, then we buy blocks. Cause we know the truth and we tuned in to Dr. Maat.